What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the weekend reading. The first one I see is the first one I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on with all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs of love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic, so let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would gratefully appreciate that. Shout out to my notification gang. I love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, everybody, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Cancer. So we're gonna get it popping. Shout out to Marissa, shout out to Team Cancer. Cancer's going out here first today. As always, everybody, I do want to note, if you're interested in personal readings, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. That information is in my description box down below if you would like to book me there. I do want to say, hey guys, happy Friday. Well, now it's Saturday for me, as it's 12:30 in the morning. But with that being said, despite the super late time here, happy to be here today, guys. Do apologize for not being here the past 2 days, but I'm happy to be here for the weekend, and I hope we're looking towards a very fantastic weekend reading nonetheless. I do want to say what's up here to some peeps, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So, of course, what is going on, Marissa? What's going on, Tasha? What's going on, NYC Girl? Jessica, Renee, Melissa, JK, Kayani, Kristen, hello. What's going on, Vic, Justin, Maribel? What's going on, Roswell Story? How's everybody doing here tonight? I hope you guys are great. Angie, welcome in. God's anointed daughter, welcome in. Thank you very much. Appreciate that comment. But welcome, guys. I hope you're all doing great, and let's look towards a fantastic weekend. So without further ado, like I mentioned, we're getting started out here with Team Cancer for today. So let's see what's going on here for our Cancer gang. Okay, what insight and information do we got popping on through here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac signs coming into the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Cancerian, rolling into the next 72. Let's go ahead and check it out here, babes. Hopefully, we are looking at some pretty fantastic stuff, Team Cancer. Overall energy here for you is going to be a Hangman card in the upright position. Cancer, you could be dealing with a Pisces possibly. Having a look here at the current energy, we have here the Hermit in reverse. What you're dealing with, Cancerian, we have here an Emperor card in the upright position. And having a look here at an outcome, hello, 4 major arcanas for you. We got here the Fool. So typically when you get a full major arcana reading, these are energies that are pretty massive rather than minor. So let's go ahead and get on into it and see what's coming into play here, Cancer. Now, I do want to note a couple different zodiac signs are popping up in your reading. You could be dealing with a Pisces, a Virgo, or possibly an Aries, as both the Emperor and the Fool card here are representative of Aries energy. Now, you begin here first and foremost with this Hangman card, and you pair that here as well to the Hermit in reverse. So it does feel to me like moving into the weekend, you're finding yourself feeling a bit stuck again in some sort of situation. And I don't feel like this is the first time, Cancer, where you find yourself being stuck on something. It could be about feeling like you're going back to the drawing board in your career. You could feel like you're going back to a place where you feel stuck again in a relationship, in a friendship, or anything of that nature. But there is a sense of feeling stuck. It's like, I've been here before, it's happening again. What the heck do I do to move forward, right? Looking at what you're dealing with here, Cancer, you have here the Emperor card. Emperor here says, I have to be willing to stand in my power and figure it out. However, though, looking at the outcome here being the Fool card, maybe this is the time to stop overwhelming myself and to stop putting so much pressure on myself to have everything figured out. Maybe instead of being in this Emperor energy, I need to embody my inner Fool, and I need to focus on kind of letting go and decompressing and figuring out as I go. Now, Cancer, one thing I want to mention to you is that whatever you're feeling stuck in your life, it has been something that's happened previously. So this is a reoccurring situation. And I tend to tell people, the more pressure you put on yourself on trying to figure something out, more times and more often than not, the more pressure you have on your shoulders, the more difficult it becomes to think clearly, to see clearly, and to seek out results. So when pressure is involved, it can make it incredibly difficult. It can almost feel like a blockage, right? On how to figure out how to get unstuck in certain situations. So I think this weekend what a lot of you are realizing is, I need to stop being so hard on myself here with the Emperor card, and I need to focus more so on embracing letting go and going with the flow and trusting that everything's going to work out. Right now, if I decompress myself, if I remove the stress from my life, if I settle down and get to a more peaceful state of being to where I can think clearly, that's going to work out better for me for getting things figured out rather than being completely overwhelmed and stressed. And I 100% agree with you guys, you know? I know for me personally, I can be a giant stress ball sometimes, and when I'm in that energy, I feel like everything is blurry. my vision, my sight, my spiritual sight, anything of that nature is blurry, because if I cannot stay focused on the goals in a very peaceful manner, then I'm going to find myself feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and that pressure is going to deter me from doing what I need to do. So Cancers, this weekend, I think what it's really about is if you're finding yourself getting stuck somewhere again, going back to the drawing board again in some area of life, this is not the time to stay in that emperor energy and say, I got to figure it out, and just stay on yourself and put buttloads of pressure on you. This is the time to actually decompress so that you get into an energy of a peaceful state of being. And as you tap into that energy of peace, that's what's going to allow the answers to come flowing to you. That's what's going to allow you to figure it out, because the more stress you have, the more clouded your judgment is, the more blurry life and your situation becomes, the more at peace and at ease you are, the more clear things become. So Cancers, I would highly recommend, if you're finding yourself overwhelmed, stressed, or stuck, detach a little bit this weekend. Find something that's going to bring you to a grounded space and a peaceful place, and then the answers will become much more clear on what to do next, okay? I love you, my beautiful Cancers. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward, and thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend, okay? All right, everybody, Cancerian is our first sign here for the day. For today's daily lineup, we're going to go ahead and do water, fire, air, and earth. So coming up next will be our fire, and we're going to be taking a look here at Sagittarius. So Team Saggy, let's go ahead and have a look on here and see what we got going on for you, okay? All right, baby, what insight and information do we got popping on through here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on into the next 72 hours. What's going on here for our Sagittarian peeps this weekend? What insight and information is popping on through here for Saggy? Moving on into the next 72 hours. Hey, very happy Mondays. How are you? Natalie also, welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? Team Sagittarius, let's get about 2 more shuffles, and we'll see what we got going on, which hopefully we are going to be looking at some awesome songs. Let's go ahead here, Sag, and have ourselves a look. Beginning with the overall energy for your weekend, you do have here a 6 of Pentacles. You could be connecting potentially with an earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Coming into the current energy, we do have here the Chariot in the upright position. What it is you're dealing with, Sagittarius, we have here the Ace of Cups in reverse, and taking a look here at the outcome, Sag, is going to be the Lovers in the reverse position as well. So flat out, I do want to say you might be dealing with a Gemini. You also could be connecting here with a Cancerian for a few of you as well. Now, you do start out here with a 6 of Pentacles, and we pair that 6 of Pentacles here with the Chariot in the upright position. So what this is saying to me, Sagittarius, is you're at a point where you're moving forward in a good direction. It definitely feels like if this is about you and another person, you and this person are on the same page. You're moving in a direction where both of you are on the same page with one another. For some Sagittarians, this could be representative of some sort of separation, because Ace of Cups reversed here, Lovers reversed here, could be representative that maybe you and somebody no longer feel connected to each other. So there could be a separate or a separation or a parting of ways happening this weekend for some Sagittarians, whether it's a romantic partner, whether it's a friend, whether it's separating yourself from a job and going your separate ways in a job. I definitely feel though that if there is any sort of separation, the separation has mutual energy, because the overall energy being the 6 of Pentacles represents mutual energy showing up between you and somebody else. It's representative once again of being on the same page with someone else. So I think that if there's any sort of separation happening, you're on board, so is the opposing energy that you're dealing with. Now, if this is not about separation in the sense of you and a particular person, this could be about you separating yourself from something in life that you no longer feel like you resonate with. 6 of Pentacles could say, I have found my new path. I have found where I feel comfortable and at peace. And you might be realizing that something in your life is no longer serving. So you're ready to remove yourself from what doesn't serve to embrace what does. You could be in that type of energy as well this weekend. If it's not about separation with a physical person, it could be about separation with a habit, separation with work, separation with a certain kind of timeline that you've been a part of as you want to shift gears and do something different. But I'm definitely feeling that energy, that separation is present, whether it's a physical person or some situation showing up here overall. Lovers reverse represents disconnection. If you and somebody aren't connected anymore, it's a mutual it's a mutual understanding, it's a mutual split. both of you are on that same page. If you're no longer connected to your job understands, you get to move forward and you get to be the butterfly, right? This is the time where you're getting out of the cocoon. I feel like you've been in the cocoon for a while, Sag, in a situation that you knew wasn't helping you grow. You getting out of this situation is what's going to turn you into a butterfly. This is what's going to give you your wings to be spread and to fly and move on to something much better. So this weekend, there's that realization coming in. I can't stay involved in what's not going to allow me to grow. So it's time to walk away from that so I have that growth opportunity. Okay? That's what I'm feeling coming into play here for you. Of course, do take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But Sagittarius, thank you for tuning in here anyhow. Much love and appreciation to you. So we have touched base here, Sag, with you guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. We have done our fire and our water. Let's get on into our air signs. So jumping into air, we're going to take a look here at the birthday peeps, okay? And we're going to see what's popping in here for our lovely Gemini gang. Geminis, I do want to wish you guys a happy birthday and happy Gemini season. Hope it's been going incredibly well here for you guys so far. So Gemini, let's get on into it, okay? What insight and information do we got popping on through here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Gemini? Moving on into the next 72. Let's go ahead and check it out here, baby. Hopefully, we are going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead here and check it out. Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be the Chariot. You could be connecting here possibly with a Cancer for a few of you. Cancerian energy has popped up in almost every reading we've done here today. So Cancers, what's going on with you guys? Anyhow, back to the Gemini. Overall energy, the Chariot. What it is you're dealing with. You got here a King of Cups in reverse. What you're dealing, current energy, King of Cups reversed. What you're dealing with, Gemini. Ace of Cups in reverse. Looking at the outcome for your weekend. Two of Wands in the reverse position as well. All right, Gems. Let's have a look here at your weekend and see what we got going on. Team Gemini, you got here a Chariot paired to a King of Cups reverse. So I feel like you are starting to move forward in a manner where you're not very compassionate or empathetic towards a particular person. I feel like emotionally you're kind of detached around somebody. It definitely seems to me like you've recognized, if this person doesn't care, why should I? I feel like that's a pretty big direct quote coming through here from many of you. You know, maybe you're dealing with a friend here, a lover, maybe you're dealing with family, maybe you're dealing with a job. But it's like, if this person doesn't care, why should I? If this job doesn't care, why should I? If my friends don't care, why should I? It's this energy where it's like, I need to match somebody else's energy that they're giving me, because at the end of the day, I can't go above and beyond for somebody with love and care and not have them A, appreciate that, but B, not have them reciprocate that as well. So there's definitely a lack of reciprocation. You know, I feel like you went above and beyond for a person or a situation, but they're not matching you with that energy respectfully. And looking at the outcome here being the Two of Wands reverse, Two of Wands in reverse here is representative of like, look, I can't continue to go forward with this and constantly be the person who's going to be above and beyond for somebody who doesn't pay that back to me in the same retrospect, because I deserve equal give and take. I deserve somebody to be on the same page as me. I deserve somebody who's going to give me back what I give them. And I feel like you're so tired of going incredibly hard for somebody that doesn't go back in return. So this is an energy here where equal give and take is incredibly present, but you're losing that compassion that you had previously, right? I care so much, so I'm going to do the best for the people that I care about. But you're now realizing it doesn't help me if they don't care about me in return. It's not something that's fair to me if they don't care about me in return. Why would I continue to overextend my energy? And a lot of you are having that type of realization here this weekend. And with this realization, it's going to help you out quite well, because no longer are you going out of your way for people who wouldn't go out of their way for you. And in the long term and in the long run, not only does that save you a lot of pain, but it puts you in a position to where you can better take care of yourself instead of putting yourself behind for other people who wouldn't do the same. All right, Geminis? So that's the vibe that I'm feeling here coming up for you this weekend. Of course, take that if that resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but that's the vibe that I'm seeing showing up here for you. It's like, you know what? If you wouldn't be there for me, why be there for you? If you wouldn't scratch my back, why would I scratch yours, you know? It's kind of that energy where you're dealing with going above and beyond for somebody, but it's definitely not repaid in the same kind. Okay, so take that with however it resonates to you, and take it with a grain of salt. But that's the vibe that I'm feeling coming in here for Gemini. So we're gonna keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And I definitely understand where you're coming from. You know, everybody does deserve equal give and take, and out of the kindness of your heart, I understand why you went above and beyond. But you also have to protect your heart, because people can take advantage of it, and it's not fair for people to take advantage of how much you do and how much you have to offer if they don't want to sit there and offer the same. All right, gems, I love you guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward, and happy birthday to you. Okay, all right, everybody, we have done our earth, fire, and water. Let's go ahead and get on into our air. Or no, we have not done our earth yet, my apologies. We have done our water, we have done our fire, we have done our air. Let's get into our earth signs, and we're gonna go ahead here and take a look at Team Virgo. So let's see what we got going on here for the lovely and amazing Virgo gang. What's up here, baby? What insight and information is popping on through here for Team Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Team Virgo? Moving on into the next 72. Team Virgo, one more shuffle is incoming for you, and then we're going to go ahead and check it out. Hopefully we're looking at something fantastic. Virgo, overall energy for you guys is going to be the Five of Cups. Looking into the current energy for you, we do have here a Knight of Swords in reverse, what it is you're dealing with. Virgo, we have here an Ace of Cups in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you guys is going to go ahead and be the Six of Wands in the upright position. So let's have a look here and see what's going on for your weekend. Now, Virgos, I do want to note you do begin here with a Five of Cups, and you pair that here as well to a Knight of Swords in reverse. So this seems to me like there's some disappointments coming up here for you at this time, but you're not interested in discussing or talking about these types of disappointments. Knight of Swords in reverse here is representative of I just don't want to communicate, I don't want to talk, I want to keep things to myself. So I feel like you're disappointed, but you're holding things in. Looking at what you're dealing with, guys, Ace of Cups in reverse here, this is representative of being dissatisfied, not being fulfilled with what it is you're currently experiencing, which is understandable. So Virgos, I definitely feel like you're upset about something this weekend, but you're definitely keeping it to yourself here. I don't feel like you want to talk about it too much. You're kind of holding it in a little bit, but looking at the outcome being the Six of Wands, I think people are going to notice what's going on with you. They're going to pick up on your energy. No matter how much you may try to hide what it is you're feeling, I definitely sense for you, Virgo, that people can kind of read it by seeing your facial expressions, kind of picking up on the energy surrounding you. So people are going to see that you may be here this weekend. As much as you might try to hide that you're disappointed, other people I definitely feel can sense and pick that up. And I do want to say you may get questioned this weekend. Maybe some friends might call you out and say, hey, Virgo, you're a little off. What's going on? And maybe you want to have that conversation. Maybe you don't. But what I will say is that this is a perfect time for communication when it comes towards the people you love and trust. I would recommend for Virgos to talk to the people they love and trust this weekend if there's anything going on that's bothering you, because I feel like there's a lot of individuals here who can be a great ear and a great listener for you that'll help you in many, many ways. I understand wholeheartedly if you don't want to tell your business to people you don't trust. However, though, for the people you do, this could be a great opportunity not only for release, but maybe for some good advice that can help you out in your personal situation. So Virgos, I do think that you guys got some stuff going on, and whatever that is personal to you. I just want to say, I don't think holding it all in would be your best bet. I would honestly feel that if you were to tell the people you're dealing with that you love and trust what's going on, there's definitely some great insight and advice they may be able to provide you, or even just being there can be a great form of release for you too. I do want to note here too, it's going to be kind of hard here, guys, for you to hide what's going on. You may not tell people what's happening, but people can definitely sense something's up. So just remember, Virgo, remind yourself, you have people in your life who care. Don't hesitate to let them be able to be there for you and care for you, okay? That's all I want to say. If you want to be a hermit, you're welcome to do that and whatever you like, but I think that you could have a good asset on your hands by letting people in this weekend. All right, Team Virgo, I love you. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning in here anyhow. Okay, all right, baby. So we have done our first batch of zodiacs for the weekend read. We're going to get into batch number 2 here shortly, okay? Real quick, what is going on, Celeste? How are you? Thank you for stopping on by. Lila, welcome in too. Valerie, welcome in. Fudge My Makeup, hello. Vic Secret, what's up? War Queen Tarot, what's going on? You said, hey, Aunt, looking good, and love the new look of your spot. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, War Queen Tarot. Means a lot. Thank you very, very much. What's up, MJ? You said, I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've joined. Just took some time off, and yes, I've been in hermit mode. Absolutely, yeah, I'm doing great over here. You know, I'm working some intense hours, so your boy has been super fucking work mode 24/7. But you know what? I've been busy. I've been doing my thing, so I've been all right. Got no complaints there. But yeah, enjoy yourself. If you need hermit mode, MJ, never feel hesitant to take that for yourself. Everybody's entitled to it. So, you know, I hope you've been enjoying yourself and enjoying your time off as much as possible. Okay. All right, though, guys, we're gonna get into batch number 2 here shortly. Give me a couple moments and we'll jump on into it. Giz the Wiz, thank you for the $20 donation. Dude, I appreciate that so much. You said you've become a part of my daily routine. I look forward to your readings every day. I did not realize the years passing by. You are truly healing part of my days, weeks, months, and years now. I appreciate you so much. Wow, that's a really beautiful comment to see, genuinely. First and foremost, I do want to thank you for your generous donation. That means a lot, but that comment also means so much more than you know too. So thank you for that. You know, the time has flown by on this channel in a way that just doesn't feel right. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just time feels like it's flying by really weirdly. But I've been here coming up on 6 years, guys, or already past 6 years actually, and I've been on YouTube since 2018, and I've been here as much as I can be day in and day out. My circumstances are a lot different now, you know, as I do have another job, so it's a little bit tougher for me to balance both. I'm figuring that out, but my dedication to my channel has never been something that I've ever tried to push off. You know, I do my best to show up here and give you guys what I can, because I truly care about you guys, and I want you to know that. And knowing that that care comes back in return really warms my heart, and it really makes me appreciative. So thank you for that lovely comment, and thank you of course for that donation, but that comment really means a lot too. I'm more than happy to help guys in any way possible. Anyway, whether it's putting a smile on your face, whether it's an accurate reading and good advice, or whether it's something silly and I just made you feel better. You know, whether or not these readings resonate, that is what it is. But if I can be here to be an escape for a little bit, or to be here to help you with your life in any sort of way, please know that I'm happy to do so, okay? So thank you very much, genuinely. It means a lot from the bottom of my heart, you know? Really does, man. You warmed my heart up. You definitely did. Vibe Tribe for sure. What's up, Tiff? Hello to my spiritual animal human aunt. Sending so much love to the Vibe Tribe. Hell yeah, Tiff. Right back at you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Celeste said my self-care ritual is listening to you. Positive vibes. Well, thank you. Appreciate that so much. May, hello. How are you doing, my love? I hope you're doing great. Yes, happy Father's Day, guys. Coming up this Sunday. You know, cherish the time that you guys have with your family, and of course with your, you know, with your father. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful day, so appreciate your dad and enjoy yourself and have a good time, everybody. And to all the fathers out there, thank you guys for being amazing and doing your best for your kids and all things of that nature. So happy Father's Day, guys. I hope you enjoy it very much so this Sunday, okay? Very happy money said time is definitely trippy. It's insane to me to think that 2020 was almost 5 years ago. I thought about that 2 nights ago. That 2020 is almost 5 years ago. That don't feel right. Our timeline has surely sped up. Time has felt very odd since 2020. Some people say the eclipse we recently had. I don't think it's the eclipse. I think it's ever since 2020. Time has flown by in a way that just doesn't make sense to me. And it is alarming how quickly time is passing by day in and day out. You know, you wake up one day and months have flown by and you're like, whoa, you know, half of the year is already pretty much over and we just got to 2024. So it is definitely very interesting. The perception of time that I feel that it just doesn't feel correct. You know, I've talked about it, but yeah, it definitely doesn't feel correct. You're good, Giz the Wiz. I got you for sure. Appreciate the sentiment nonetheless, though. You're good. Thank you, though. Thank you so much. Morning from the UK. Good morning, Karen. How are you? But yeah, it's been odd. Since 2020, we have shifted a timeline that's just accelerating incredibly quick and suspiciously quick. So that's something I got to look into spiritually and see if I get any sort of answers to that, you know? What's up, Yum Nom? You said hello, welcome, first time to your channel. Welcome in. Congrats. I'm happy to have you. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your time here. Welcome in. All right, guys, we're going to get on into batch number 2. I am incredibly tired today, so I'm not trying to be on here till like 2 in the morning, but I'm not going to try to rush this either. So let's get on into it and see what's up. So we did start out here today with water. Cancer was first. So we'll check in with the Pisces here in a sec, okay? Pisces, you guys are up next. Let's go ahead here and take a look, okay? What insight and information do we got showing up here for the fish? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours. What insight and information, please, is showing up here for our zodiac sign of Pisces? Moving on into this weekend. Team Pisces, let's see what's popping on in here for the fish. Hopefully, we are going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Pisces, overall energy for you is a Page of Swords. Taking a look here into the current energy we do have here, the Knight of Wands in reverse. What it is you're dealing with, Ace of Cups in reverse here, Piscean. And taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to be the Empress in the upright position. By the way, Yum, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that so much, and welcome in here to the Soul Fam. Anyhow, Piscean, let's have a look at you guys. So you got here a Page of Swords, and then you're going to pair that here with a Knight of Wands in the reverse position as well, coming into your weekend. I definitely feel like for Pisces peeps, you guys are being a little bit more mindful who you can be playful with and who you can be more of yourself with is what I'm picking up on intuitively. I think you're paying attention to who you can trust and who you can say certain things around. When it comes to showing your personality, everybody knows a different version of you, right? Nobody ever really knows the true you but you. Everybody sees slices and a perception of who you are, but I feel like you have done your best to be as authentic as you can in your personal life. But I think you've been noticing maybe that's arising challenges in certain relationships. Maybe there are certain people I don't feel like I can particularly trust with certain parts of myself or with certain pieces of information. So I think that Pisceans, you're just being extra cautious with that Page of Swords on what you say around certain people, the actions you take. Now, this can boil down to the workplace. Some of you here with the outcome being the Empress could be focusing on trying to grow your career, and you might be extra mindful about the things you speak about in front of certain employees or coworkers that you deal with. Maybe you don't want to get into a situation where you know that maybe they're not trustworthy, or somebody here may not paint you in the best picture or the best light. So I do see Pisces here being very mindful with their words this weekend. Now, if it's not about trying to grow in the workplace, maybe this is about trying to grow your relationship and you want to keep things more low-key, especially if certain people in your life may not always have the nicest things to say about their relationship or relationships with friends, etc., that you're involved in. So I think right now you're just aware that maybe there's some energy lurking around you that isn't all that positive or all that supportive, and you want to make sure that if you're going to be open and honest and move in a manner relatively open, you want to make sure that you're moving in an open manner with the people you can trust and being a little bit more reserved with the people that you cannot trust as time continues here to progress. So Pisces, you're just watching what you say and what you do here very carefully with the certain people showing up in your life at this time. And keep in mind, there's a reason for that, right? Something has triggered this energy within you that has made you say, I should be a little bit more careful. So an instance could have arisen this week, or maybe it shows up in the weekend that makes you feel this way, but I definitely think that you have your own reasons for sure as to why you're being a little bit more cautious. So you're moving cautious this weekend. Right now I'm at a point where I'm trying to put myself in a good position, Empress card, and if I am not careful with what I say, there could be people possibly who could either ruin that good position I'm working for or get in the way. So I'm trying to, you're saying here, I'm trying to do my best to just be making sure I say the right things to the right people, and for the people that maybe I don't trust so much, I gotta move here a little bit more low key. Okay? And understandably so, Pisces. I got you for sure. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you so much, Pisces, for watching. So we have done, everybody, our water. Let's get back on into our fire. So we have touched base here with Sagittarius. Let's get on into Leo and see what we got going on here for you beautiful peeps. So what insight and information is going to be showing up here, please, for our zodiac signs of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on into the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Team Leo, rolling on into this weekend? What do we got in store here for Leo, baby? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Leo, overall energy for you guys is a Page of Wands in reverse. Looking at the current energy this weekend, you have here a Hermit in reverse. What you're dealing with, guys, you do have here a Four of Pentacles in the upright. And having a look here at the outcome for you, the Eight of Pentacles. I hear that you can't catch a break, but it's a break in the sense of that you don't feel like you're having moments to yourself to where you can enjoy yourself. You seem busy, Leo. I don't know if you're busy with actual work like your career, your job. You might feel that despite just career and job, it could be, you know, I got to do X, Y, and Z for my family. I got to do X, Y, and Z for my friends. I have a bajillion errands to run this weekend, whatever the case may be for you. There is an energy, though, where it's like, I just want to enjoy myself a little bit more, and I don't feel like I have the time. So that's a frustrating aspect I feel showing up for you this weekend, the feeling of not having the time. I want you to remember, though, you have the ability to make the time. You know, as much as you're prioritizing everything that needs to be prioritized, remember that you can still prioritize you time. You know, it is okay sometimes to say, listen, sorry, Becky, if you're, you know, if your best friend Becky needs you to do X, Y, and Z, it's okay to say no sometimes and say, hey, look, can we reschedule this to a different day? You know, if they come from an understanding place, great. If they don't, it kind of is what it is, because you have to look out for yourself too, Leo. And I feel like if there's anything this weekend is going to teach you about, this weekend's going to teach you, hey, you know you need time to do what interests you, what excites you, what makes you feel happy, and this is where you should be prioritizing that. You deserve to have a good time. You know, if you've been taking tons of overtime at work, you can afford to take a day off this weekend and enjoy yourself. If you have been running around like, you know, crazy, doing everything for everyone, you are more than welcome to have fun and do what you want for yourself this weekend. So Leos, you've been incredibly hardworking here. And I see here with the Four of Pentacles, you know, you haven't backed down. You haven't pushed aside, you know, what everybody else here has needed from you. You have been, you know, out there supporting the people you love and care about. But I want you to think about yourself this weekend and know that that's not selfish. I want you to think about what's going to excite you this weekend and do it. I want you to know that it's okay to say no to people this weekend and do what you want instead. You have been feeling like you haven't had the time to enjoy your own personal company or enjoy what you want to do with your life personally. And I want to make sure you make that a priority here this weekend, because you 100% deserve to live it up to the best of your ability and get that time that you so much so deserve. So Leos, make that priority and make that time for yourself this weekend, okay? I love you guys. Enjoy yourselves. You absolutely deserve it. Okay, Leo? Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for watching. All right, guys? Do have a great weekend. So we have done the fire, the water. Next, we're going to be hopping on into our air signs. We already touched base here with Gemini, so we're going to be taking a look here at Libra in just a moment or so, okay? So give me a sec, guys, and we will get on into it. Thank you, very happy Mondays, for keeping up with the signs. I appreciate that, my love, so thank you very, very much. Tanya said that Leo reading could be for Taurus. For sure. Yeah. Even though that reading was technically for Leo, always remember, if a reading resonates with you, you are meant to hear the message, you know, despite the zodiac sign that you're watching. So if there's a message, it'll always find its way to you one way or another. So yeah, keep that in mind for sure. Okay. All right, guys, Leo's finished. Let's get back to air and let's check out here Team Libra and see what's going on with you beautiful peeps. Okay. Let's have ourselves a look. What insight and information do we got popping on in here for Team Libra, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 72 hours. What is going to be going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Libra? Moving on into the next 72. Let's go ahead and check it out. Team Libra, baby. Overall energy for you is going to be the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, taking a look here at the current energy. You got here a Queen of Wands in the upright position. What you're dealing with, Libra, you have here a Seven of Cups, and taking a look at the outcome for your weekend is going to be the Five of Wands in the upright position too. Libras, you do have this Ace of Pentacles reverse coming into play for you, and you pair that here with the Queen of Wands. So I feel like with confidence this weekend, you are shutting down some sort of opportunity. There is an opportunity being presented to you, but I think that you're realizing this isn't necessarily the abundance I'm seeking. This feels like if I was to accept this, it would be settling. Maybe a job opportunity comes in and you're like, you know what? I think if I take it, it's kind of me just settling. It's not inherently what I want. if a relationship opportunity comes up and you're not sure if this is your person, I don't want to just settle on somebody when I don't necessarily feel like they're the one. So this weekend, I think, is definitely going to be a game changer for you in knowing that you're not going to settle for less. Now, granted, there will be some sort of opportunity that I feel comes up for you in terms of settling for less, but you're not going to be taking that opportunity at all. You know, looking at what you're dealing with here, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is representative here of wanting more choices and options and wanting to do your best to see what else is out there. Having a look at the outcome for Libra peeps, we do have here the Five of Wands. Five of Wands here is representative of a card that represents frustration. So I think right now, the main thing that's kind of on your mind, Libra, is like, I do feel a bit frustrated that I'm not finding what I feel is the abundance I'm seeking. It sucks that I keep feeling like I'm running into situations that are half empty and half full, or running into situations where if I would take them, it would feel like settling. So I do see your frustration because you're looking for perfection, but I want you to remember that everything is perfectly imperfect. Sometimes something may start out and not seem so amazing at first, but it can grow and transform into something beautiful. So I'm not telling you take opportunities, settle for less. You're allowed to know what you want, and you should go for the best of the best. But also remember that you can change situations into something way bigger than you ever thought they would imagine to be, right? So I wouldn't knock all opportunities, Libra, if I can give you any advice. I would keep your options open, but I wouldn't knock down every opportunity. I would be open to giving things chances. You don't have to lock in 100% like it's a contract, but see where things go. Sometimes what you never expected to be great can turn out being greater than it ever was. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of almost like don't judge a book by its cover energy. You may feel like something isn't up to your standard, but give it a try and see what happens over time. If it isn't, it isn't, but who knows? Maybe it grows into something better. So I felt called to say that here to you guys today. If that's your story, fantastic. If not, no worries, but I love you Libras anyhow, so let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done our air, everybody. We have done our water and our fire. Earth signs are coming up next, okay? Real quick, War Queen said, what kind of job did you get? I work full time and try to get readings, but I find it hard to find time, but you make it look easy. So with the kind of work that I do, it is absolutely by no means necessary easy to do both of these jobs full time. My work-life balance is something I'm still very much so focusing on and trying to figure out. I have a very physically demanding job. It is a very taxing job on your body physically. You know, I won't be giving out what it is that I exactly do because I want to keep that personal for my own personal reasons. But it is definitely very difficult. I would be lying to you guys if I said I have it figured out right now. You know, I don't by any means necessary want to go part-time here, full-time there, or vice versa. I would like to keep this as a full-time, both things, and just working my ass off while I'm young and doing what I can, and of course taking breaks when necessary. You know, you guys will notice I take my breaks when it's necessary. I have days where I get home very, very late. I can't open my eyes, and I'm like, fuck, you know, I can't even get behind the desk right now and do a reading or I'm going to knock out on stream. So it's very rough. It's not easy by any means necessary, but it's definitely, I think, what keeps me going is the motivation and the passion, what I have for both the things that I do. So I want you to know that if you put your mind to it, you can do it, right? You can still do tarot and pursue your full-time career and make things happen and work. And, you know, my situation is a little bit different right now, which I don't get into too much and I don't make it too public for everybody. But I know what direction I'm heading towards, right? So I'm at a point in time in my life where I just need to figure out a little bit more balance. But, you know, I'm glad that you look at it and you're like, oh, maybe, you know, Ant doesn't look that bad up there. No, it's a little rough. Trust me, it's a little rough for sure. But it's definitely doable for anybody, you know? You just have to figure out how your body works the best and what times work for you in terms of being able to balance both things out. It's all going to be trial and error until you figure it out. And that's me right now. I'm doing my trial and error and getting everything figured out, you know? 100%. So just wanted to give you some insight into that for sure. Hey, Anna, what's up? Thanks, Anna. I love your readings as always. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yum said some opportunities were just meant to prepare us for the better one. Yeah, I believe that too. 100%. 100%. Hey, Nola's Tarot, how are you? Appreciate the honesty. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, it hasn't been an easy year. I'm doing my best. I'll give you guys that. You know, I understand wholeheartedly that a lot of people miss more of the consistency I brought to the table. you know, especially with monthly readings, they've been really hard to stay on top of with everything else that I do with my own business. So it has been difficult. The work-life balance is getting there. It's getting better, but it's not perfect yet. And I'm figuring it out, and it's taking me time. And I want to be transparent with you guys about that. I don't want to lie to you and sit there and say everything's under control. And I don't want people to think, oh, Ant's lazy. You know, by no means necessary. I'm a workhorse. So I'm always doing something. I'm always moving. But I would like to, I have plans to get things back in order, and we will get there hopefully sooner than I plan. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for many of you. Okay. Cozy said maybe do pre-record instead of live tarot until you find balance. My opinion, no disrespect, but a suggestion. No, for sure. Believe it or not, actually, live is easier than doing anything pre-recorded. Getting on and doing a daily for me is a breeze in comparison to actually sitting down, getting pre-recorded videos out, editing those videos, taking the time to upload those videos, taking the time to title them, thumbnail them. Believe it or not, this is so much easier to do it this way. That's why I have considered taking my channel to a live direction only, which may come in the future. We may have even monthly readings live, you know, random readings I do live other than just the daily. So I might be moving into live stream only, as it's something that is very engaging with every single one of you, but it's also something that is a little bit easier for time management purposes. So that may be a direction to head into at some point or another. Okay. Hey Marlene, hey Ant and Soul fam, I'm super late on this laptop again. Gonna wait for the timestamps, but I will get to it. Love you all so much. Ant, thank you for being exactly who you are. You're amazing. Well, thank you, Marlene. I appreciate that. And no worries with the timestamps. If you can get to them tonight, I appreciate it. But if you can't, don't worry about it, Marlene. Regardless, I appreciate you being here. Okay. All right, guys, let's get on into our Earth signs. I'm going to be checking out Team Taurus. So we're going to hop on into you guys in a sec. Okay. Let's go ahead here, everybody, and have ourselves a look. So what insight and information is popping on through here, please, for our zodiac sign of Taurus, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on into the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on here for our zodiac sign of Team Taurus, rolling on into the next 72. Let's see what's popping in here for your weekend, Taurus. Hopefully, we are going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's have a look at our bull gang. Taurus, overall energy coming into your weekend is going to be the Ace of Cups in reverse. Having a look into the current energy for you, we do have the Tower coming into play. What it is you're dealing with, Taurus, we got here the Two of Swords. And looking at the outcome for your reading and for your weekend will be the Four of Cups in the reverse position as well. Taurians, I do want to note, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. We got that Tower card coming out for you. Now, the Tower to me usually is representative of a massive realization. It represents some kind of like big aha moment, you know? I think a lot of you are starting to see in your life, maybe I took a direction or a path that wasn't inherently for me, and I'm now starting to realize that. I think you're starting to realize maybe I should have gone a different direction than the direction that I came in. And looking at the outcome being the Four of Cups reversed, you know, when you think about the opportunities this current path is going to give you, you start to imagine it and you're like, I'm not sure if this is the path for me. I think a lot of you are beginning to reconsider something. Maybe you're reconsidering your line of work and your career. You're reconsidering your romantic relationship. You're reconsidering friendships or your personal path. But reconsideration definitely seems to kind of be a bit of the topic for you this weekend. And the Tower is going to be awakening you to all of that, you know? It's like, hey, I got on this path, and as much as I thought I wanted it, it's interesting how nothing felt like it ever aligned, right? Like, it always felt like there was an issue after an issue. It always felt like there was resistance. And I feel like you're kind of like seeing everything full circle, and you're like, maybe this was a path that was never for me. It was always a struggle to make X, Y, and Z work. It was always difficult, and it wasn't always the most fulfilling. I had dreams that I wanted to see succeed, but maybe this isn't the exact dream God had for me or the universe had for me, right? So I feel like a lot of you this weekend are realizing I don't see a future in what I'm doing anymore. And in a way, that's incredibly freeing for you, because I think you've been trying your hardest to make a future happen. And you've come to the terms that this is not a future you wish to have or participate in, and it's time to redirect and wake up to what you actually want, so you can start moving in that direction instead. So this is a very eye-opening weekend for Taurians, in the reference of realizing maybe the path I'm on isn't for me. And maybe it is time to change up the game a bit, you know? It could be career-wise, relationship-wise, friendship-wise, your personal path. Maybe you wanted to move somewhere and you're realizing this isn't the place for me to live. Who knows? There's a bajillion different things this can resonate to. But you are starting to begin to see that there's a better path out there and a better way out there, and I have to be willing to find that. You know, this to me is not the end goal like I once thought it was. Okay, so there are some eye-opening events taking place here this weekend. Roll with it, go with the flow, listen to yourself, of course, listen to your feelings, and do follow what does feel right for you. Okay, because what feels right for you is never the wrong answer. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for stopping on by. Have a great weekend. Okay, all right, guys, we have done batch number 2. We're going to be getting on into our final 4 signs here shortly, so hang out for a moment or so, guys, and then we'll get on into our last 4 signs for tonight. All right. If you've been enjoying today's weekend reading, guys, feel free to leave a like. Helps out a lot more than you know. If you're new here and you're enjoying the channel, if you like the vibe, come on down and subscribe. I'd be happy to have you, and I would love to welcome you here into the Soul family, okay? Hey, Jocelyn. Hello, hello. Hey, Aunt Marlene, and very happy Mondays, and everyone else. Happy Friday. Best wishes to all. Likewise to you. Thank you for stopping by. Cozy Dream said, I was literally just outside speaking to God about this. Yeah. 100%. And that's your confirmation message, right? When you ask, you shall receive. 100%. It's amazing for me because I've recently started getting back into all these years ago. If you guys have been following me for years, you'll remember how I used to every single night. I had my manifestation journal. You know, I wrote out what was going to happen to me every day. I wrote out to the T what I'd experience, what would go on. And over the past couple years, I've kind of drifted away from a lot of that. You know, I've preached my manifestation, but I haven't put my own practice into practice. And I started getting back into it and speaking to God more every day and speaking into existence more every day and getting back on that track and kind of regaining my immersion into what I preach. And it's been a very healing and amazing practice for me, and it's been great to bring that back to life. You know, I think that God always brings things back into your life and back to your attention when you are finally ready for it. And there was a good amount of time over the years where I've kind of lost my ways, and it's nice to have those confirmations come back in, like you were mentioning too, how you were talking about how you were meditating on that and speaking with God about that and getting that confirmation. So it's nice to get back into things, you know, when the time is right. I feel that way. Yum said, what feels right for you is never the wrong answer. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. And I tell people that all the time. You know, you got to go based off what feels right for you. You know, you can have family and friends tell you, hey, this is what you should be doing. If it feels wrong, it's not your path. You will always know based off your feelings what is the right path for you. So you got to listen to you, because who will ever know better? Who will ever know you the best? Only you will ever know you the best. 100%. Absolutely. Hey, Scorpio Sag, long time no see. I hope you're doing good, girl. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate ya. Appreciate you so much. All right, guys. Final batch time. Let's get back to it. We're going to dive on into our water, and we're going to check out Team Scorpio. So let's have a look at you, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff, okay? What insight and information is going to be popping on through here for Team Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 72 hours. What do we got going on here, please, for our zodiac signs of Team Scorpio? Moving on into the next 72 hours. Let's go ahead here and have ourselves a look, guys. Hopefully, we are going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Team Scorpio, what do we got going on here for you? Overall energy for our Scorpions is going to be the Hermit in reverse. You might be dealing with a Virgo potentially. Having a look into your current energy, we do have here the Ten of Swords in reverse. What it is you're dealing with, Scorpio. We have here a Page of Pentacles in reverse, and looking at the outcome for Scorpio peeps is going to be the Six of Pentacles in the upright position. So Scorpios, coming into your next 72-hour period for the weekend, we start out here with a Hermit reversed, and then we pair that Hermit here with the Ten of Swords in reverse as well. Scorpios, I want to say, for your weekend, it definitely feels like you're kind of back into a space of limbo where you're not sure where things are going. You're kind of like, I don't know if something's over or if something's growing. It feels a little bit odd and weird, but I don't think that you're stepping up and getting initiative or taking initiative here to get clarity. It kind of feels like you're wanting the answer to come towards you without investigating and figuring out what the answer is, right? Looking at the outcome here, Six of Pentacles, you just want to be on the same page with somebody, but there's definitely a lack of communication. So I feel like you're in a space this weekend where it's like, I don't know where I'm at. You know, maybe you and your romantic partner are in a weird spot and you're like, I don't know where I stand with this, with my person, with my boyfriend, with my girlfriend, right? And it's like, I don't want to step up and take the initiative, but why? Is it out of fear of what the answer will be? Is it out of fear that that answer may be it's time for things to end? Or is it that you feel like you've always been the person to step up and maybe they need to? So I think you're in a space where you feel turned off to the idea of having to be the person to do everything in your power to get the answer. I think you wish somebody would pull their weight more, you know? If you're dealing with a partner and things have been odd, I wish they would show up more in the relationship. I wish they would direct more in the relationship and let me know what they want and where they're at and what they're looking for. You know, if things have been weird in the workplace, I wish my employer would be more honest with me and direct with me and let me know what's going on and how they feel. So you don't want to always be the person that has to step up to get the clarity, but I would try to remove yourself from that type of ideology and just recognize that clarity is king. Knowing what's going on is always far better than being in the dark. You know, let's say, for example, you don't know where things are going in your relationship. You can wait for your partner to bring you that kind of clarity, but you don't know how long you're going to wait. Or you can sit there and say, hey, look, we've been in a weird spot for a while. I'm not sure where we stand. I know what I want going forward, but what do you want? Because putting that direct action into play is going to be exactly what helps you remove yourself from this confusing, murky water where you're not sure what is going on, to having that clear and concise answer and knowing what comes next. You know, granted, let's say you're dealing with an employer, you're dealing with your boss. Your boss should be transparent with you. Your boss should let you know what's going on, but maybe your boss isn't. And what would be better? Waiting for the day your boss says, okay, you're promoted or you're fired, or saying, hey, WTF is going on and what's happening moving forward. Action will always be king and clarity will always be king because it removes you from stagnancy. So if you're a Scorpio this weekend and you're feeling a little bit stuck in the dark, not knowing what's happening or where things are going or what's going on in general, you know, as much as you may not want to be the person to step up there, I recommend you to do that, because it's better to get the clarity now and know your answer and move forward than to continue staying in the dark and inevitably remain in a stagnant place. All right, Scorpios, of course, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but I appreciate you tuning in here anyhow. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have finished up, everybody, all of our water signs for tonight's weekend read. Let's get back on into our fire, and we're going to be taking a look here at Team Aries. So let's see what's popping on in here for our Ram fam, okay? By the way, Stephanie Casey, thank you for being a member for over the past 25 months. I appreciate that so much. You said, hi, Anthony, have a great weekend. Likewise to you, my love. Thank you for your support. It is genuinely appreciated, okay? All right, guys. Ram fam, you guys are up. Let's see what's going to be in store here for you. What insight and information do we got rolling on in here, please, for our zodiac sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 72 hours? What's going to be coming up here, please, for our zodiac sign of Team Aries in the next 72 hours? Ram fam, we're going to get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we shall see what's popping on in here for you. Aries, overall energy coming into play for you is a moon in reverse. Taking a look here at the current energy, we do have here the Six of Swords in reverse. What you're dealing with at this time, we have here the Chariot in reverse, and the outcome coming into play is going to be the Strength in the reverse position as well. Now, the Strength card is Leo energy, the Moon card is Pisces energy, and the Chariot is Cancerian energy, so you may be dealing with any of these zodiac signs at this time. Now, we do start out here with a Moon in reverse, and we pair that with a Six of Swords in reverse. So what this looks like to me is you're at a point in time where you're feeling pretty detached to the idea of forward movement. You are detached from the idea of moving forward. You're kind of content with staying where you're at, looking at what you're dealing with here. Chariot reverse, same thing. Excuse me, the ideology of not moving forward. Looking at the outcome here, Strength in reverse, you know, the energy of you saying right now, it feels like trying to get something going in a certain direction has created nothing but resistance for me. So with that being said, I kind of just want to stay put where I'm at and see how things work out, see how things pan out over time. So I think right now you're trying to not take too much initiative. You're like, universe, I know I'm experiencing some resistance here, and I know that it's not working favorably out for me. So I want to take a step back and maybe let God take the wheel a little bit, you know? I want to take a step back and maybe let the universe direct me to where I need to go. Because right now, trying to push and push and push, where it constantly feels like I'm getting pushed back, is not working for me, you know? Maybe you feel this way in your career, and your relationships, and your personal life, whatever the case may be. Maybe when it relates to travel somehow, who knows? But there's this energy right now where something is just not moving in the direction you want it to, and I think you're getting tired of fighting against the tide. And remember, I tell people, you don't want to fight against a giant tide or a giant wave. You want to ride that wave instead. When you are going against a wave, you are going against resistance. When you get to ride and surf that wave out, you are going with the flow. I feel like, Aries, you're being called to go with the flow here at this time rather than push against and fight back against resistance. When you allow yourself to be in a flow state, you can flow to where you may need to go. Remember, imagine a flow state like you're in a tube floating down a river. You may not know the destination you end up in by the time that river takes you somewhere, but it will take you somewhere. And 9 times out of 10, where you float down that river is going to be exactly where you needed to be in the first place. So it does feel to me like it's time to go with the flow and not keep on pushing against that wave. Let yourself catch it, surf it, and be drifted away to shore, aka that next destination, okay? All right, Ram fam, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Have a great weekend, though, guys, and much love nonetheless, okay? All right, guys, water's done, fire's done. Coming up next is going to be our air signs, and we'll be checking out here Team Aqua in just a moment, okay? So give me a sec, guys, and we'll get on into it. For the 92 peeps in the chat, if you're enjoying today's live stream, hit that like button, guys. Major help here on the channel, so thank you very much in advance, okay? All right, everybody, let's take a look here at the Aqua baby. What insight and information do we got popping on in here, please, for our lovely Aquarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 72 hours. What's going to be going on for our zodiac sign of Team Aquarius in the next 72 hours? Hopefully, we're going to be looking at some awesome sauce. Team Aquarius, let's have a look here and see. Aqua baby, overall energy for you is going to be a Lover's card in the upright position. Okay, you might be dealing with a Gemini. Having a look into the current energy we have here, the 8 of Swords in the upright position. What it is you're dealing with, Aquarius, you have here a Page of Cups, and looking at the outcome for your weekend is going to be the 3 of Pentacles in the upright position too. So Aquarian peeps, I definitely get the feeling here for your weekend that there is some concern over what you love. This could be a person you love, a idea you love, a job you love, a life you love, who knows? But there definitely seems to be a little bit of concern showing up here about what you care about. Looking at what you're dealing with, Page of Cups. I think that you've been dealing with this feeling, and this may not resonate, Aquarius. This might be for one person, so I get it if this ain't your story. But have you ever had somebody who's overly concerned with you to the point where it feels uncomfortable? Like, why are you so fed up in my life and so concerned with my life? It kind of almost feels like you're implementing yourself into my life a bit too much, and that starts to make you uncomfortable, and then you kind of don't know what somebody's intentions are because they're overly nice, Aquarius. That is the vibe I'm feeling showing up here. It's like somebody's inserting themselves a little bit too much into what it is you care about, and that makes you nervous. They may appear very kind, they are showing up very kind, but don't put your guard down yet, is what I think you're telling yourself. Because it's coming from a place where it almost feels inauthentic. It's coming from a place where you pick up on a weird vibe. You know, 100%. Looking at the outcome for Aquarius, you got here a 3 of Pentacles reversed, which is representative of, like, I don't know if I really want to collaborate and work together and fill this person in too much on my personal business, because it's a little odd at just how much they insert themselves. So it's not always necessarily a bad thing, right? If people insert themselves into your lives with love and kindness, but when it starts to feel suspect And when it starts to feel like maybe it's not as genuine as they appear, that's where you start asking yourself questions. And I think some of you are on that timeline where it's a little difficult to trust somebody at this time. So Aquarius, I would listen to what your gut is telling you. If you don't feel comfortable with how much somebody's inserted themselves into your life, if you don't feel comfortable with how somebody's too nice with you, I get it. And keep in mind, niceness and kindness are two majorly different things. Nice energy can come as a form of manipulation, because if I'm nice to you, I can get something out of it from you. Whereas kindness is a different story. I'm kind because I care and I expect nothing in return. A person who's nice always expects returns. A person who's kind expects nothing at all. So I think you're dealing with somebody who has more of that nice energy, and you can feel it. It's like, what do they want in return of this? There's something there. So it's a little tricky. Watch out for this kind of person if you're experiencing this at this time. I would definitely listen to what what your inner self is telling you. If your higher self is saying, hey, maybe we got to be a little bit more distant and put more boundaries with this person, don't hesitate to do so, Aquarius, okay? Interesting reading. Like I said, that might resonate to only one of you out there, so take that if that's your story, leave it if it's not. It was a little bit of an oddball message, but yeah, that makes sense. I've been there in my life where I've had people who are like overly super duper nice, and I come to find out later, oh, that's why they wanted X, Y, and Z from me. So definitely keep your guard up here still. And naturally, I'm not the person who will sit there and tell you to do that, but in this case, that's what my guides are telling me here for you. So don't lower your guard too much around somebody. Keep being observant, okay? All right, Aquarius, let's keep it popping and pushing and moving forward. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. So we have done the air, the fire, the water. We're going to get on into our last but are not least zodiac sign, and that's going to be Capricorn. So Capricorns, stay tuned and we'll get into it shortly. Very Happy Money says, white water rafting sounds like a good idea. See, I've never got to go white water rafting. It kind of looks a little scary. Not gonna lie, those intense tides in the streams and shit look really crazy. The currents look a little crazy, but it definitely looks like a fun time. So if I can have a guarantee that I'll live, I think I'd do it. I think I'd do it anyhow. White water rafting looks cool. It's definitely a little gnarly, but it looks cool for sure. All right. But yeah, that does sound like a good idea. I've never been. I do want to try it at some point, though, for sure. All right. All right, guys. Capricorns, Cappuccinos, rally on in here, Cappy, and let's see what's going on, babe. What do we got here for Team Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Coming into the next 72 hours. What insight and information is going to be popping on in here, please, for our zodiac signs of Team Capricorn? Moving on into the next 72. Let's have a look here at your weekend, baby. Hopefully, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Capricorn, overall energy for your weekend is going to be the Queen of Wands in the upright position. Having a look here at the current energy we do have here, the Emperor in reverse. What you're dealing with, Capricorns, we got here the Star, and checking out your outcome for your weekend is going to be the Ace of Swords in the in the reverse position coming into play for you as well. Two zodiacs you could be dealing with, Capricorn. We have here Aquarius. We also have here Aries. So take that if that applies in any shape or form. Now, Capricorns, you do have here once again a Queen of Wands, and you're pairing that here to a Emperor in the reverse position as well. I feel like for your weekend, you're doing your best here to revitalize your confidence. You're doing your best here to tap into more of a place of security where you feel comfortable with yourself, where you feel good about yourself. I definitely think many of you here are saying, okay, if there's been certain areas or certain aspects about myself I haven't been, specifically happy about, I want to work on that. I want to find the way to love myself, but also find the way to express myself without fear of judgment. Looking at what you're dealing with, the Star card. The Star card here says, if I want to live my authentic life, I need to be an authentic person. And I want you to know, I'm not saying you've not been an authentic person, but I definitely think there's been parts of yourself that you've struggled to accept. And this weekend is all about saying it's time for me to accept those parts. It's time for me to recognize I'm not perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. And at the end of the day, if there's anything that I don't like, I'm sure that if I work hard enough, I can change that for the better, you know? The Queen of Wands here says, I need to be confident in knowing that I'm valuable, that I'm enough, that I mean something, and I need to work on that more and more every day, because I do have value for this world. I do have value for the people in my life. I do have value for the things I deserve. And in order for me to have things equate to my value, I need to see my fucking value. I tell people all the time in terms of manifestation, if you don't believe that something is on the same vibrational resonance as you, you're not manifesting that type of situation. If you don't think you're valuable in the sense, or deserving and worthy in the sense of receiving a good amount of money every year, you're not going to see that kind of money you want to manifest and make, because how you feel, the worthiness, the deservingness of what you believe you deserve is what you're going to get back in this reality. So Capricorns, I feel like many of you lately have been saying, I need to look at myself and see my fucking value, because I know I deserve way more than what I've been getting. And in order for me to get that, I need to change my self-perception. So this weekend, it looks like your self-perception is what's being worked on for sure. Looking at what you're dealing with, the Star card, I know I was meant for more. I know my path was meant to be more than what I've previously experienced. And in order to get there, I need to see myself having that. You know, looking at the outcome, the Ace of Swords reversed, the way that I viewed myself in the past may not have been who I truly am, but I'm ready to embrace who I truly am now this weekend to live the life I truly desire. If I know that I'm worthy, I can have it. But if I don't see the worthiness in me, I'm never going to be able to attract what I want, because I'm always going to push it away by always not feeling enough. So if you're a Cappy who's felt half empty, half full, this is the weekend where you focus on refilling your cup and feeling full within yourself. This is the time where you guys get that confidence back and recognize that you deserve the motherfucking best. This is not the time to put yourself down. This is not the time to believe that you can't do what you want to do. This is the time to hype yourself up and realize you are a being with infinite possibility that can do whatever it is you put your motherfucking mind to, but you gotta see your value and worth so that what you attract basically equates to the value and worth that you are. Period. Capricorn, you're fucking priceless. Carry yourself in that high-ass regard and see how those things you're dealing with in your life match your energy. Why do you think certain people have things that come with them with ease, or come to them with ease? Because they believe they have the value to do it. They believe they are worthy to have those things. And with that being said, they end up in return having those things manifest with ease as well. Okay? That was a very interesting reading, Capricorn, and I hope you got a kick out of it, seriously. Your perception of yourself really means a lot too, as a reflection of how others see you and others will treat you. You ever notice that if you've been at a point in time in your life where you've looked at yourself harshly, maybe other people have kind of tuned in and looked at you that way too? But have you also ever noticed on the flip side, when you've seen yourself in a great light, other people get to see that amazing part of yourself, Capricorn, shine too? So focus on changing perception. You're worthy of everything, Capricorn. And when you can start to believe that for yourself, you can start to see those results, start matching the vibration you're putting out. Okay, really wonderful reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But Capricorn, thank you for tuning in here anyhow. And of course, have a wonderful weekend, Cappy. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you so much, Team Capricorn. So with that all being said here, everybody, I do want to say here, guys, thank you for coming out here to today's weekend reading. Much love and appreciation to you. Thank you guys so much for coming out here and shooting the shit with me today. I appreciate your support more than you'll ever know. I want to say thank you, everybody, for those of you that have dropped likes on today's video. Of course, if you haven't hit that like button, please do. It really helps out on the channel. If you're new, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you, and I would love to welcome you here into this beautiful soul family. With that all being said, guys, June readings will still be in the works coming up for next week, and I plan to get them done by next week. I also want to say, as always, if you want a personal read, you can always reach me at CancerMoonsTarot.com, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible, so do keep that in mind. Other than that, I'm wishing you all a happy, amazing, and a awesome rest of your weekend. Be well, my friends. Take care of yourselves and have a fantastic time. If you happen to get a point where you can get some extra rest in, enjoy yourself, take that rest, and spend this weekend doing something you want to do. You know, find some sort of time this weekend, everybody, to make time for what you want and live it up and enjoy it, okay? I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm wishing you a great night, and I will catch everybody in the next video. Guys, take care and have yourselves a good one. Later, y'all, and peace.